Okay, so things didn't start out so well. And it looks like it's going to go down again. Look at me shake over here. Yep, I can see it's going to go. But anyways, I went to go get my pizza at the place we spoke about. And the little boy behind the counter had a problem with me video in the pizza. So as he had the pizza in the oven, I just told him I lost my taste for his pizza. His father's a fine man. I still tell everybody to go there. I won't mention the place because I guess he just needed a job that day and he told me not to do it there. So when I went down the block, down the road, and I went to a place called the Giuseppe's. Someplace I have not been before. Maybe it was a good idea. Maybe it wasn't. The bad thing is I had to take it home. I didn't want to. I got a second pie. Let's see how we're doing here. And this is what we look like. I really didn't want to do it from a box, but after 4 months, you're trying somebody else's pizza. Let's see what we can do for them. The first slice, I like to always have with nothing on it, just to see. Like I said, this is not ideal, but we're going to go for 2 pies. I'm definitely going to eat the one. You know what? Not a bad pie. It makes me angry because I can only imagine what this pie would have been like fresh out of the oven while I was sitting there and eating. Very tiny place. They were packed. There was no room. I would never have been able to have the speaker on like this, but seems like a nice place. And the pizza tastes fantastic. Can you hear this crunch? Can you hear the crunch from this? Oh. I don't know if it's the 4 months I haven't had pizza. Because I would have loved to experience that place I always go to. I'm so sorry, I'm eating a mouthful.
So what would you call that? A bar pizza or a football pizza?
Who said that?
Your nephew, right here. What would you call that?
Definitely not bar pizza, but
No, that looks like a bar pizza. That's like a thin bar pizza.
it is a little thinner, and some people would love the thin pizza.
That's not like a thick football.
But I'm not.
Pizza.
Yeah, people are gonna say that. You know, it's a thin pie. It's very different than where I was gonna go today.
You better put down 2 of those pies.
You know what? Maybe it's a little thin.
I would do double, yeah.
Should I? I'm gonna try a little something out here.
Put a little flavor on that.
I'm still feeling a little hungry, so I'm gonna try a little something out. And I want to play. We put a little bit of this on here, which is I hope it's garlic powder, not garlic salt. Garlic salt is something completely different than garlic powder. Please.
Never garlic salt.
Garlic powder. And sometimes even when it says garlic powder, there's still salt in there. Let's try a little bit of oregano. I know some people are going to shun me for using the oregano, but I gotta use a little.
You didn't even put any on there.
It's not coming out right.
Use the other side. Go easy.
And now we do it Saturday Night Fever style. I almost want to put the song on Night Fever while I eat this pie. At least these 2 slices. Night Fever, Night Fever. You ready for the crunch? Can't do it. It's almost like something's taken over me. And I almost don't want to be a gentleman. It's gonna take a while. Anybody spoon the shit with me? It's a good day. Considering the rain out this morning, I thought it was gonna be a bad day for dough, but hey, I was never so happy to be so wrong. I'd rather have a bad day with pizza than a good day without it. You people are still on that one, I know. Okay. I used to have a friend, you know, when you're younger you drink, you order your pizza, bring it to the house. I didn't care what part slice I ate. But he would be, I'm talking about 20 years old. I went, that slice, and that slice. Get the fuck out of here. That's the fella used to make sure he got the last slice. The last slice. And he had to wait 20 minutes till the pie got cold.
And what about that guy you told me you asked everybody if they wanted a slice, nobody wanted a slice, and then as you're almost done with the pie, the
True
guy asked
story.
for a slice. And you were like twice the size you are today, so
True story. I say his first name. I won't even say his name at all.
they don't know that you could put down those pies back in the day.
You always get one of those people. You want a slice? You want a slice? You want a slice? I'm down to 2 slices. Now he wants a slice. Get away from me.
You never talk to him again after that, right?
The doggy wants a slice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're on 8 minutes. I'm on my 3rd pie. My 3rd slice. What a different story I had with the other pizzeria.
How's their sauce? Is it how's the
Beautiful recording I had going.
compared to the other place? How is this pizza? Is the other place still better, even though you had a little problem there?
Well, it's a tough question.
Well, I know you don't.
It's a tough question
Don't
because my
judge with
heart is with
emotion.
the other place.
Well, judge with taste. What's
But
the
I
taste?
feel also like I've been betrayed also a little bit.
And you haven't tasted that in how long? 4 months.
So without my emotions getting in the way, I have to have another slice to be sure.
Let's see how floppy that pizza is. Does it stand up or is it floppy?
Oh, is it good with
Oh,
the...
you're not surprised. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's
It's standing up a little too much. I don't
heavy
know.
stuff. Yeah.
I got the other one sitting in the oven, trying to keep it as warm as I could. Because cold pizza just don't cut it. And when you're sitting there, that pie comes out so hot that you gotta wait a moment
Maybe a little grated cheese on there.
before we got grated cheese.
Of course we do.
You might make it a little drier.
It will. A lot.
Yeah, I was smelling those pies in there. They were delicious. By now, the fourth slice, it's not piping hot. What could you say about it now? Something like that. What you could say about it is still damn good. My friends tell me I don't know how to do this, but because this is so damn good, I gotta do it. Did I do it okay? Did I do it? It's like that. Ooh. Oh. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta do the other side now. Oh! Let me take another bite.
Every Italian just had a heart attack seeing you do that.
I'm abusing it now.
Oof.
Enough. Don't let Bruno come knocking my front window over here. What are you doing? You're managing over here. What do you think? You get somebody over here like this. Only a few of you are going to know what that means. You come on to my door like this. You know what that is? Half a wise guy? Shh. We're having pizza here. Don't talk with the table. Don't talk with your mouth full. I hope this thing ain't so far away from me. Watch, I play it back and it's no sound because I'm so far away and I was too quiet.
But the neighbors can hear you. Are you kidding me? You're good.
And then I had another friend. It's all friends for pizza. What the hell? I gotta pick these kind of friends? He would never eat this part. Put it down. He went, oh, I can eat 7 slices. Of course you can. Look at what's behind.
You're looking like you're getting a little slow there.
Worked for a pizzeria. Never thought I'd pay for a pie again in my life. Had a pizza with just about everything you could possibly imagine on it. Because I made them. And all I had to do was go to the store and buy whatever I wanted. Shrimp. Colossal shrimps. Now you got jumbo shrimps. But a lot of people, do you know what a colossal shrimp is? That makes a jumbo shrimp now look so jumbo. Think about the word jumbo shrimp. It's like saying the tallest midget in the world. A jumbo shrimp?
That's an oxymoron.
It's an oxymoron?
Yeah.
An oxymoron. I have to look in the dictionary for that one. I just eat pizza real
It's
good.
like that fat skinny guy.
How are we doing over here? Are you kidding me? We got only a half a pie done.
Fold that thing up and eat it. Come on, man.
What am I, crazy over here? What's going on over here?
We'll watch your Martha Stewart here. Let's go.
We're gonna have to move with your ass.
I'm disappointed in you, Uncle Adam. You used to be a lot more of a man.
I'm gonna arm wrestle this goddamn thing now.
You better fucking something with it. Oh my god.
I don't want to play with my food, but
Just eat that thing.
I'm
already.
going
Let's
to.
go.
now what do we have here? We got the 1 slice, we got the 2 slice, and we got the 3rd slice.
Yeah, you're not telling anybody that you had 2 bacon, egg,
Oh,
and
this
cheeses
morning
on
I had to go eat
bagels.
breakfast.
Yeah,
What an
just
idiot.
about 4.5 hours
IHOP.
ago. And now you're eating this. That's why I'm sitting here watching you, because I'm still fat.
That's when I should have recorded. The big breakfast.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was told not to do it.
You're crazy. It wasn't IHOP, it was Bagel Boy.
I hope I don't get shut down for using the Pepsi brand.
No one can see it, actually. It's covered. You just mentioned it.
I didn't say it. Oh, I said the Pepsi brand.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You kidding me? It doesn't matter.
Don't say my name. Don't say my name.
You have 5 people subscribe to you. You think they're gonna care?
You're right, there's gonna be 5 people watching me eating a pizza. If it was live, at least somebody would have told me I had sauce on my face. The sauce is pretty good, on a serious note. I know I'm joking around here.
Actually, it looks really good.
I'm being silly. I'm eating 3 slices at once. But honestly, I'm joking around too much. I don't think I'm giving this place a fair shake. It's serious. It's a serious slice of pizza. In this case, it's 3 serious slices of pizza. 3 serious slices of pizza. Who wants to play cards? Sound effects. Yeah, there must be something good about those pizzas for me to still be saying, mm-mm-mm.
Give them a little push.
Mm-mm-mm.
Giuseppe's.
Did I grab a menu? Oh, I did grab a menu.
They deserve a little business.
You can freeze the screen. Put it on pause, and you can see everything on there. You won't be wrong. You won't go wrong. You're welcome. We're looking at 17 minutes here.
Yeah, less talking, more eating. Come on, chum. 17 minutes for a pie. Wow. You slowed down, Uncle Adam there. You slowed down. I remember when I was a little guy, you used to eat a pie in like no time. Well, like I said, you did eat those bagels, but it should be normal for you. I don't know.
Worst comes to worst, I got dinner for tonight. If I leave a half a pie behind on the second one. I'm talking about the second one. I haven't gotten even done with the first one yet. What could I really edit from this? If I edit something, you'll think I didn't eat a slice.
You're gonna have to just go to town and eat this pizza.
I wish I would have looked up the history of pizza before I did this. But, what is it the red sauce on a pizza prevents? Prostate cancer? What do they say? They claim the tomato sauce?
It's tomatoes.
It's good tomatoes, so tomatoes are in tomato sauce, so it stops you from getting, it helps with prostate cancer. I'm not claiming that. I just think I heard that somewhere. We got one more slice in there to finish off this pie. And then we'll start digging in. It's impossible not to eat 2 pies. Whoa. This better be recorded. It is recording.
Were you ever close to being married? I know all these questions, but I just figured it's better than just sitting here watching you eat.
I was engaged
You were engaged.
once, and I moved in with her in Staten Island.
And how'd that go? That didn't work out too
It
good.
went on for 3 years. And I don't like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Most of my relationships were under 3 years. I think that's not a good thing to say, though, out loud to people I don't even know.
Most of your relationships.
I like to play. I like to play house, not live house. If that's the right way of saying it. I'm 58 years old. I'm going to be 59 years old in a little over 2 months. And I still just like to play house. I don't want to be in a house with a family and a wife. So I yell at myself when the dishes are full. I say, "What's the matter with you? The dishes, they're so full. Don't you care? Look at what time you come through the door. It's so late." So I yell to me. We got the last lonely slice sitting here. It does look, I don't care what pizzeria you go to. It could be Ray's in Manhattan. That's #1 rated. It looks pretty sad by itself. But it's going to taste good. It'll be one side out of the way. So I met this girl at a ball game that I bought 10 tickets of a kid ball game. At the time, am I talking 20 years ago? Probably more like 15 years ago.
Correct.
I bought $10 tickets all to see this little league game. And 8 of my people didn't show up. So I called a girl that I knew from years ago. She asked if she can take a friend with her. I figured she's bringing her boyfriend. Who shows up? Little to my knowledge was my future fiance. And I spoke to her a little bit and this and that, and before you know it, I asked her for her telephone number, and I would call her every 3 days. She thought it because I didn't want to annoy her, but I never could talk to someone every day. I'm never going to be that much in love. Bottom line, the truth, to put it simple, and I am eating pizza. If you're not pizza, the answer is yes. I can live without you. I hope that little pizza's nice and warm, man.
You know, I'm thinking, basically, you said 2 or 3 years. That's the honeymoon phase. So basically, you just like the honeymoon.
Yep.
You don't like that. After the honeymoon, you're done. Okay.
I'm never gonna
Makes
be.
sense.
I'm never gonna be an adult when it comes to a relationship. Never.
So it's the honeymoon.
Never. I'm okay with that.
You like the honeymoon phase. You like the dating, the sweet kisses and everything. And then after the honeymoon phase, things start to get real and out the window.
Oh, I am that guy that will
I get
open
it,
up
I
the
get
door for you.
I'm just starting to
I
get
will
into
wine and
that.
dine you. Yeah.
Just starting to get into that era of my life, and I understand what you're saying.
But I don't know. The mother-in-laws love me too. Her mothers love me. Her mother loved me. Her uncle loved me.
I know the people on YouTube. They know you as a guy who's driving car service and stuff. Tell them what your career is and what you're retired as. Tell them what you did for a living since you're 18 years old.
Oh my goodness. on and off the better half of 30 years.
No, it's got to be close to 40 years. 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 40 years.
Numbers become less to you when you
I was 7 years old when you were started your career as a plumber.
Been a plumber for many, 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 many years, on and off. Worked for Roto-Rooter. Worked for Mr. Rooter. And real quick, the way I started, I was out all night partying with a friend of mine. Slacks, shoes, the whole 9 yards. Back then, you know, you pick days where you just lay down. You just lay down. You don't even take your clothes off. Slacks on, shoes, I don't know, they were off on. But at the back of my window, I get a knock on the back of the window. It's my friend that I just hung out with all night long. He had to go to work. Plumbing supply house, I'm sorry. He had to go to the plumbing supply house to go to work. He knocks on my window. He says, "Their worker just knocked out the owner's son. They need somebody to work the counter." I couldn't even spell the word plumbing back then. Never mind know anything about it. I go there. The only thing I can do for the man is do the return gas tanks for the barbecues. I know nothing else. And that's how I started in my career doing plumbing work. And the best way to start is being in a supply house, because I knew the ins and outs and the names of every goddamn product that real plumbers, licensed plumbers, didn't even know what I was talking about when I would talk to them about certain products. How do you like them apples? Alright, I'm stalling here. I think it's time to grab out the other pie. I'm really kind of embarrassed. It took me 27 minutes and 28 seconds to finish my first pie. Who's hanging out for an hour? Hoo-hoo! Okay, I'm grabbing that second one. Hopefully, it's nice and warm. This oven was not on, was it at all? That's so sad, man. That's a boot thing. I need this to be extra hot. Okay. Whew. After this, I'm taking a break until after the holidays. Well, I still got those raw clams I gotta get accomplished. Okay. Like I said, I didn't come on here for a competition, and I thought it was going to be the other pizzeria, where we will not name. Okay. Now there's another pie. It's barely lukewarm. It's upsetting. It's very, very upsetting. It's barely lukewarm. If I was the owner of this pizzeria, I would get mad at me for showing you the cold pizza, because it deserves so much more than that. And now let's put it away and eat it tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Pie number 2. I love you.
Yeah, let's not take another 25 minutes with this thing.
Oh, this is going to be 45 minutes, I think, because
Jesus.
it's cold.
Why do you heat it up then?
You're going to have to deal with me. You know, when you're watching this on a repeat, that's why it's a repeat. You go, you know what you do? You go, you see me take the first bite out of it. I take the first bite, watch this. This is what you do. You go,
Fast forward to the end. You take the
30,
last
40 seconds, and I'm almost at the end of the slice. You do that with every slice, and you're only going to be with me for 15 minutes. You can hang for 15 minutes, can't you?
much less than that.
Maybe even less. This one, you know, it's easy to pick on things when you get full. But it could be a little more well done. I'm sure you can see that, you know, very different than the first one. I think they thought I was in a rush. You know, or maybe they really didn't want to get out of me, get me out of there, because I was taking pictures like crazy. And I'm hoping there's a way I could post the pictures along with this video. Be a shame if I can't. This is slice number 9 here. You can check me on it, but I did take a peek, and it showed the record 5.5 pies, and they mentioned how many slices that was. I think they said 40, 42.
Oh, let's say 8 times 5. 40.
Well, I'm close. I'm over here.
We would be here for a month if you ate 5 pies. That's slow and steady, I guess.
I'm not giving myself an excuse, but this was hotter and more well done. Be less chewier. You know, I would have to chew less. I'd be eating this faster. You know, less work.
You can throw it in the oven. Heat it up, man.
Half hour. 9 slices. You know what? I hit a solid 10. I'm not going to be disappointed. Maybe you will.
You're getting dinner and a story here, but we
Yeah.
get to know a little bit about you. What made you stop?
Like I said, I'm not looking to get myself totally sick. You know, maybe a little full I would settle for. But I ain't looking to get sick just to entertain. You know, nothing. I know this was my idea.
What made you stop? What made you retire from the plumbing? Do you still do work on the side with plumbing, or?
You know, if I was going to be totally the truth, how do you tell people this without them talking louder to you and making people thinking there's something wrong with you? But I had what many people know is called a brain aneurysm. Right in the middle of my career. Brain aneurysm is, let me take another bite of this. It's when a vessel in your brain, I want to say explodes. But honestly, medically, it collapses. It actually collapses. And you bleed on your brain. And that part of your brain does not work anymore. I was 36 roughly, I think I was, when I had them cut open my skull. My brain, my skull, they went inside and they went to work in there. And what they did is they capped it with what I was told. Picture a straw and the 2 ends of the vein. And those were 2 cut, and they put a straw right in the middle of those. That's in layman's terms. And that's what they did for me, which was supposed to last for a little over 10 years. I'm on year 22 now. I get a lot of things wrong. It takes me a little longer to think about things than it would you sometimes, but you would never know it unless you saw me every day.
That's like putting a coupling on a pipe, basically, in the plumbing terms.
One more note on that brain aneurysm. When they opened me up, so I found out years before I had a rupture in my brain that had bled out, that closed itself. But that part of my brain was dead from the time I was 21 years old. So I guess God did that to me so I could be just like everyone else, you know, otherwise I would have been too much to handle. Who knows? I don't know, you know. I went back to plumbing work after that. 2 years. I'm telling you this while I'm eating my freaking 10 slice of pizza over here, okay? I'm telling you this. And then I'll have a cigarette afterwards. Well, if I listen to the doctor, honestly, and I know this sounds like a joke, but my doctor, the one I still go to today, told me 6 years ago, well, he told me many years ago that I'd be dead in around 6 years. That was much longer than 6 years ago. See how I use the word further instead of longer? You know, I gotta think sometimes before I speak. Otherwise, I get the words out wrong. Okay? It doesn't mean I'm dumb. It just means I had something done with my brain. And if I kill you, I probably get away with it by law. No, I'm just totally joking. Sometimes you wonder why you say things just to fill a spot. Like James Brown, they used to say to singers, they need a word here. Ha! But that's why sometimes I'm all over the place. Plus, I'm not entirely comfortable right here. I'm not in my zone here in front of everyone. And that adds to it. So what you're seeing is nervousness. You're seeing me all over the place. Feeling pressured that I have to entertain because who else is here? It's on me. But I should be used to that because when I walked into a place and places were flooding, people would look at me because I was the only one. There was nowhere else to go. And I love that kind of life. I woke up not knowing what was I going to say today? Who's flooding out? The only thing when I first started, I'd run to fix the problem or shut a valve off so quickly that when I'd come back, I'd say, okay, let me fix your valve. Now that it's shut off, when my husband comes home, he'll fix it. So I started telling people, sign this paper. I'm going to charge you $60 to go downstairs and stop the water temporarily. I do the job. We take the $60 off. People would argue with their basement flooding. You could hear it from the steps. It's flooding. Oh, I don't know. Should I sign it? Let me call my daughter. Go call your daughter. Everything getting ruined downstairs. But I got burnt a lot at the beginning because I was a nice guy. And I would run down there without thinking twice to save somebody, to save the house. I think I'm going to call it on 10. You know what? Let me see. I'm going to think I'm calling it on 10. But let's see. I'm really kind of getting into this conversation here. You're probably going to think, what the hell, let me shut this guy off. But go ahead.
No, you're out here in New Jersey. Where do you come from? Where do you grow up?
I come from Brooklyn, New York. Exit 11N. Right, not far from Kings Plaza. I could walk to Kings Plaza.
How was life growing up over there? Anything stand out from your childhood? Any anybody in the neighborhood?
So many things, but to use names, to do it without using names, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
My first job was right at the corner from my house, Mama and Papa Place. Talk about Mama and Papa Place. My God. Worked there in the back during hunting season. They butchered deers.
How old were you?
You're not going to believe this, but I was not but 12 years old. Not but 12 years old I was.
Wow.
And it was a great place to work, but on a Sunday was my only day off. And they couldn't see me on the avenue without saying to me, Adam, come on. We need milk. We need milk filled. Just fill the milk. Fill the milk. I'm not leaving when the milk gets full because then you're going to want me to pack the soda and then there's this and then there's that. Grade the trees on a Sunday.
What kind of background do you come from? What's your
I grew up Catholic.
What's your like?
Thanks for the help here.
You're Italian. You're Irish.
Italian oriented, but you can tell by my last name. I don't, I eat Italian. I'm all around Italian, but my last name, my mother's Italian. My grandmother, I grew up with my mother and my grandmother. Two Italian women. You can get any more Italian, but I consider myself more Irish than Italian. I got a brother, sister, Italian, that, but I'm the only one that never learned the language. They wanted to talk, and me not knowing. Even my younger brother, he could talk to them in Italian. I don't know what the frig he's saying. We had an Italian neighbor. I say his first name, John. Every once in a while, this man with his gray hair, he would do the dye with his hair. Himself, he did it in his house. For the first week, he'd come out with purple hair. I don't know if he was the only one that didn't know or not, but the first week his hair was purple. So proud of
He
it.
never used the toner. That's what it was.
He never used a toner.
Yeah. I figured.
Now
that.
I'm young. I'm out there. I got my friends on the stoop at night, playing the music. He sleeps in the front room right by the windows. Attached houses, you know. I sneeze, he's gonna hear me sneeze. He comes out like a maniac, telling me in Italian. Somehow, I don't know what he means, but he says that he's gonna give me the black hand. The black hand he's gonna give me. Black hand, I don't know what it is. The man's mad at me. But where am I gonna go, John? You know, this is my stoop. You know, where else do I go? You know, go sleep in the back of the house. Maybe, you know. Without me knowing, my grandmother was by the front window. She never yelled at this man before. In the back, hanging up clothes, they would speak back and forth in Italian. That was the extent of their relationship. She comes out there. We had to hold her back. We don't know why. We got a maniac now waiting on our hands. What happened? The black hand means something to my grandmother, she tells us. That means hard luck, that I'm going to die, or whatever. So many years ago,
He was threatening you with the mafia.
he threatened me with the black hand, she said to me.
Yeah.
Afterwards, after she calmed down, after we calmed her down, my uncle comes, he takes this man in the backyard. Still to this day, we don't know what happened. He comes out, he's the smilest man you ever seen. Ever. Smile, wants to kiss everybody now. This old man that just gave me the black hand. Now he wants to hug everybody and kiss everybody. Everything's okay, he says. You want your dog to shit in my front yard, please.
You're speaking of your uncle.
Shit.
That's my great uncle, and
Yes.
he was a great man.
Yeah, yeah.
I never really got to know him.
Well,
but I heard a lot
he's
of stories
still
about
around,
him.
but
I never got to know him. I heard a lot about him, but by looking at you, you wouldn't know you come from Italian background or
that's all I knew.
Any
That's
type
all
of,
I knew when I was growing up.
any type of Italian people or their situations or whatever. You know.
My
You didn't
father,
look like that.
my father was an alcoholic. This turned out to a pizza party, and what did I stop at? By the way,
You got the
I
10,
stopped at 11,
11.
8, 9, 10. I stopped at 10, but you know what?
Oh, you're one of those guys you complained about. You
I'm
left
good.
the-
Well,
you
I
left
did
the
leave a
crust
half.
there. Look at
So
this
what are you
guy.
gonna hold me to it?
I'm holding you to it.
I ain't winning no contest. But basically, my father was an alcoholic. I don't know if I'm saying too much at the first meet and greet here. He was an alcoholic. My mother kept me around that till I was about 5 years old, and then she couldn't bring herself to keep me around that anymore. And we drove away from Long Island. It was. I wonder if what would have happened if I knew that was really the last time that I was going to be pulled away from that home, because we did it many times. You know, my mother would get mad at my father for coming home drunk. We'd leave, go to my grandmother's house in Brooklyn, and be back a day or two later. Or he'd drive there. He'd come there, pick us up, and everything was okay then, you know. But he picked up a bottle of beer many times before picking me up and holding him in his arms. I can tell you that much. And despite that, it turned out okay, I guess. It made me realize what it was to be without that. So I give that love if I don't see it. How much deeper can I go? I leave the rest for the next meet and greet.
How about
I think the story made me hungry for one more slice.
have you ever hung around like a social club or anything like that? Have you ever seen any ridiculous things or anything that maybe annoyed you or you
Nothing I could say if annoying me.
No, you know, like the way
I-
they spoke or maybe the way they did things.
You know,
way
I gotta say,
guys who
despite
were
what
like
you
maybe
think,
something, you know.
I am nobody. But I've sat at that table because of my uncle.
Relatives, basically.
Because of relatives. And I've sat at the table, and it's beyond me. It's beyond me how a man with a 5 o'clock shadow can come and rub his cheek up against you and kiss you like that. And say, because your family, you gonna drink for free, nothing, your money no good. Whoa. I don't know you like that. But this is what they did at these social clubs.
That's the Irish in you.
It wasn't me, it never was. I did it because it seemed like, wow. People actually sit at the same table every day and they are who they say they are and they're looking around like somebody's going to come in. If I know you're sitting there every day at the same time, from this time to that time, nobody's going to stop me from killing you if I want to kill you. I don't care how many cars are in front of the place, I would think. Maybe that's the Irish mentality that I have. So I'm neither there because I grew up, I still all the time. but I don't really Italian blood. Whoa, excuse me. I can do that real good. Whoo, where'd that one come from? Hey, what's a belch be? A belch, that's another thing. All over the place. Like I said, brain aneurysm. A belch. A man belches. You burp a baby. Stop saying that you burped. You didn't burp. You burped your baby. You belched. Thank you. 48 minutes.
Would do a solid 50.
49 minutes.
One more slice for the road.
One more for my baby. And one more for the road. That leaves 2, 3, 5 slices behind. I don't know if this was a fail or not. It doesn't feel like a fail to me because I feel good right now. I feel like I actually spoke to somebody. And I know, I can understand why people do this. But I don't know if I want to do it without recording it first. I ain't got those kind of...
Chops.
Okay, we'll
You
go
don't got
with
those
it.
chops yet.
Chops is a good word.
Yep.
Chops. But I imagine after a while, everything becomes normal. So if I started doing lives instead of pre-records, I'll crawl before I walk. I'll do a few more recordings, maybe, before... The crazy thing is, as soon as I said I wanted to do lives, so many of you reached out to me and asked me if you wanted to help me. I don't know how to ask for the help. So I hope nobody thinks it's disrespectful that I haven't reached out yet. I don't know how to do the messaging thing and all that yet.
I'll give you a hand with it. I'll help you out.
And my nephew says he'd help me, but
I got no time.
nobody that I know knows YouTube. Did I say the first part? Nobody that I know knows YouTube. I don't know how a bunch of people I talk to every morning here, on my age roughly, they know all about YouTube, but the people I hang out with, I say YouTube. They say, what do you want to know? What music do you want to hear? When I tell them I watch somebody on YouTube, you watch something, you talk to somebody on YouTube and they answer you back? What? Let me see this. My cousin, Brian, he didn't know what the heck I meant at the beginning. YouTube? Watch somebody drink coffee? With 28 other people? What are you talking about? You okay, Ed?
That was the guy who came by with a motorcycle. I liked him. I never really got to know him yet.
Oh, yes, my nephew fell in love with my cousin's motorcycle. He had come here 2 4th of July
Yeah,
ago.
he got into an accident and wrecked it.
He
Thank God he's alive.
got some pictures. If I ever could show you one day, I know he's not shy that way. He was close to death. And he's back, he's walking, he's got some issues, but he was close to death. He got a metal case in front of his ribs for whatever reason why. I'm not a doctor, I'm not going to try and talk doctory, but I'm done. I'm done with 4 slices in there. I still got the other half here, but if I really wanted to, I could finish it for the sake of finishing it. But I think to myself, why?
That's a sin.
You're telling me to do it?
That particular one, you have to. That's a sin.
Oh, that's a sin you're saying because
always
why?
the
Nobody
truth.
else could eat it?
They canceled the certain...
You know something?
Yeah.
My nephew's right. That'd be a waste of food.
Wow.
And I stopped watching the show because they threw sausages. Please don't laugh.
This is the truth, man.
It's too true not to laugh about it. I was pissed that I told everybody. The show that I was watching in the morning, they didn't finish all their breakfast. And they had beautiful link sausages, 3 or 4 of them on that plate. I was pissed because that morning I didn't have link sausages with my freaking breakfast. And I would have so loved them. They toss them right in the garbage. Flip that thing open and throw them in the garbage. I said, that show needs to be canceled, and if it doesn't get canceled, I will never watch it again. The next morning, I had to tell everybody that. I go to work. People don't know what I'm talking about. Just like you probably don't know. And I'm bitching about this show. That's true, why? beautiful sausages. They ought to be canceled. So I gotta at least eat this pizza, this last pie, because nobody else could eat it now.
Last slice.
You know, anybody who says they could eat this many, that many, that many, this many, I gotta see it. Because I'm going in there, I'm ordering 2 pies. I'm saying, you know what? I really should order a chicken cutlet parmesan here also, probably, because, you know, those 2 pies, I don't go through those, man. And even if I do half the... Watch, nobody saw that little bit left.
I think we should wrap it up. I think we can continue with getting to know Adam a little bit better in another day, another time. I can ask a couple of questions and you can answer them, and I'm sure people would like to
Well,
know a little bit more.
just to finish off, pulled away from that house on Long Island. It was just me, my mom, which was pregnant with my sister, and my little dog, which I named Lassie. He was a mutt, but at that age, I didn't know any other dog name. I knew Lassie from the movies, from the series. So what do you want to name your little new doggy? A dog's name is Lassie. And I knew Lassie, and as far as baseball, I knew Mets. Mets. So the same answer I would have given. I went to my grandmother's, and sure enough, within no time at all, the one thing that I held on to, that I had control of, my dog, they made sure I woke up the next morning, and that dog was gone. They just took my dog away. So let me end it out off on Lulu. I'm looking for my Lulu when I'm sleepwalking. I go walking around, Lulu. I know it's Lassie. Tommy Stiggs, the social club, is going live. Did it say? I just got a notification. Okay, I'm gonna shut this thing down, and hopefully I get some honest feedback from yous. I'll take it, good or bad. Just let me know how I did.
Fast forward through a lot of it.
You can fast forward through a lot of this stuff. But if you joined in and took a peek, thank you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. And this is the way we go out. Why does it look like I'm not looking into the screen? See, I'm still getting to know this.